Hey there, Singapore. This is the RAJMAN. Welcome to another edition of Sports Zone TV. My next guest is rapidly rising up the rankings in the world of sports entertainment. He began wrestling at the age of 17, 18. It's been about 10 years. And he joined the WWE ranks in November 2012 when he made his television debut for the WWE. And earlier this year, he won the Money in the Bank contract. He's a former tag team champion, one-third of the group that was formerly known as The Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, say a big hello to my next guest, Seth Rollins. Seth, welcome to Southeast Asia for the very first time. How is your stay so far in Malaysia?
It's been very awesome. Thank you for the grand introduction. I appreciate that. That was quite long. But, yeah, been great so far. Looking forward to the next couple of days. It's going to be a blast.
Of course, have you heard of the Southeast Asian audience? I mean, in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. What have you heard about the fans in this part of the world?
Well, ever since our shows over here were announced, I've actually been getting a lot of Twitter replies and stuff like that. The fans seem really excited. I know when we got to the airport last night, when we got to the hotel, fans were lined up asking for autographs and pictures and stuff like that. So if that's any indication of what the crowds are going to be like over the next couple of days, I'm stoked, man. Really excited to be here and perform for the fans over here.
Now, Seth, how do you prepare for an in-house show like this? I mean, how different is it from as opposed to a televised show and an in-house show on the tour?
Well, the exciting thing is I've never performed in front of this crowd, and it's been over a decade since WWE has been to Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur, so it's just going to be a free-for-all. You don't know what to expect as far as what the crowd's going to be like or what they're going to respond to or like or dislike, so I'm just going to go out there and do what I do. Like you said, I've been doing it for close to 10 years now, so I think that I've got a pretty good handle on it, and it's going to be a really good time. I'm excited to see what kind of crowd, what kind of energy the crowd brings back tonight.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, and you probably will feel like right at home, because we know the fans in this part of the world, they know everything, and because they've learned quite a bit from the American audience as well, the fans. So later tonight, when you compete against John Cena, don't be surprised that most of them will be rooting for Cena, and they know all the chants, and of course they'll be rooting for you as well. And talking about the feud, you and the Shield had the feud with John Cena, and then you sort of, I think, buried it for a while, and now it's come back again. So, I mean, considering the fact that you've been here for 2 years and you're now straight away aiming for the top dog.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I walked into WWE, whether I was with the Shield or by myself, I never really liked John Cena. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like what he represents. Now I respect the guy. He's a top-tier talent. He's one of the best that's ever competed in a WWE ring, but he's old hat. He's part of the past, and I am a great representation of the new guard, of the next generation of stars. And John said it before, if you want to get to the top, you got to go through him. Well, there's only one place I want to be, and that's the top. So if he's going to stand in my way, I'm going to have to knock him down to get there.
Ric Flair once said, in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. So at this point in time, John Cena is the man, and I've got to admit, seeing Seth Rollins in person, on television, he appears, in my humble opinion, he appears slightly smaller when you compare to the likes of Roman Reigns. So, but looking at him right now in person, I can tell you he is larger than life. I can't even imagine how big the Big Show is, or even Mark Henry. So, Seth, coming back to the Shield, you of course broke away from them about a couple of months ago. You've joined the Authority. Has it worked out in your favor so far?
Well, I mean, if you scan over here and you see this gold Money in the Bank briefcase that's sitting next to me, I would say I made the exact proper decision by, getting away from the Shield and going out on my own.
If I read correctly, going out on your own, and you said it would be better to compete in the singles division because it might accelerate your career further, but it also means that it's also given the opportunity for even Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns to also excel in the same division.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, those guys kind of upset about what I did, betraying them or whatever, but I gave them the same opportunity that I afforded myself by breaking up the Shield. Now we're all on individual paths, and it was great. We did great things in this Shield. We revolutionized the entire company. In 2 years, we changed the entire game, but at some point, you can only get so far being in a group or, being with a few other guys. It just doesn't work that way. There's only room at the top for one, and that's going to be me.
You seem to be still in the good books of Triple H and of course Stephanie McMahon, but somehow there seems to be a little bit of a dissension with a corporate Kane and of course Randy Orton. Do you think those two eventually will probably maybe backstab you at the time that you least expect it?
I don't think so. I think it's a little bit of professional jealousy on their behalf. I mean, Randy and Kane, both two great icons in our industry, guys who are former world champions, have really done it all into WWE. And now they've got a new kid on the block, so to speak, in me. And they compete with someone who's younger and maybe a little bit hungrier than they are. And I don't know if they take too kindly to that. So, but that's a good thing. Hopefully I can light a spark under both of them, and we can all kind of take hold of WWE together.
Come November, we hope you'll be competing in your third Survivor Series. What are you looking towards that particular event? Do you know who you'll be facing in Survivor Series in November?
Oh, I have no idea who I'll be facing. But regardless, Survivor Series is a classic WWE event. You can get it this year on the WWE Network for only $9.99. It's a tremendous whole deal for us. It doesn't really matter who I'm facing, to be honest with you. It's just exciting to be a part of it. It's exciting to have a major role in it, and wherever or whatever I'm doing, Survivor Series is going to be a great time, epic event.
Will we see you one day eventually reunite with the Shield? Because the Shield was a tremendous force to be reckoned with, just like the NWO and the New Age Outlaws.
The Shield was a tremendous force to be reckoned with, but right now I'm focused on Seth Rollins. I'm focused on being the living, breathing future of the WWE on my own. So to speak of a Shield reunion is a bit ridiculous at this point in time.
So you're 28 at the moment. You've already been a former tag team champion. The Money in the Bank briefcase is sitting down there. What else do you foresee yourself, aspiring to be as far as the WWE fraternity is concerned?
I mean, I want to do it all. I want to win the WWE World Championship. I want to hold it for longer than CM Punk. I want to hold it more times than Ric Flair. I want to win Royal Rumbles. I want to main event WrestleManias. I want to do things that no one's ever done in this company. Like I said, my goal from the moment I stepped foot in a wrestling ring was to be the absolute best, the greatest of all time, to have no one be my second. And that's my goal. So whatever it takes to get there is what I'm going to do.
Just about last two questions. We're about a few months away from WrestleMania 31. If there was one opponent that you would like to face in the ring at WrestleMania 31, based on the current roster, who would it be?
Whoever the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is. And if it's not me at that time, if I'm not walking into Levi's Stadium at the end of March with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on my shoulder, then I would like nothing more than to be facing the WWE World Heavyweight Champion in the main event of WrestleMania.
See, many are expecting you to probably walk out as the new champion if you're not in the main event, but you probably would still have the briefcase with you and you can come and cash it in right at the very last second.
Hey, that's the beautiful thing about the WWE and the Money in the Bank contract. It's valid anytime until next July, so I've got a lot of opportunity on my plate, and I have no idea when the right time's going to be, but if an opportunity arises, whether it's at WrestleMania, whether it's any other time the champion's around and vulnerable, I'm going to take advantage of that for sure.
One last question. Going back old school, if there was one wrestler in the history of pro wrestling, who would that dream match be? Seth Rollins and?
Oh, Shawn Michaels.
Why the Heartbreak Kid?
Shawn's a guy who I patterned my style after for years. He's one of the most talented performers in the history of our business. He's just a dude that I've always looked up to and admired, and if I could get in the ring with him once or twice, I feel like we would really tear the house down.
Well, the fans might just get the chance. They can probably do it in the WWE 2K15 game, Seth Rollins versus Shawn Michaels.
There you go.
On that note, Steph, thank you very much for speaking to us, and all the best for your matches in Malaysia versus John Cena, and as well as the rest of your wrestling career, and we hope to see you back in Southeast Asia very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Hi, John. Raj from Singapore Radio. Will we ever see you and your girlfriend, Nikki Bella, going up against Brie and Daniel Bryan in a mixed tag team match? And about back in the 90s, we saw the Immortal One, Hulk Hogan, transition himself into Hollywood Hogan and the formation of the NWO. It took his fame and fortune to a whole different level. Will we see John Cena, the face of the WWE, finally turn heel and probably, gain a whole new following in that aspect? Thanks, John.
This is a good two-tiered question about my beautiful girlfriend, Nicole, and her sister's husband. Brian's tough as nails, but that's actually a match that I wouldn't mind being a part of. And to answer your second question, you had said when Hulk Hogan became Hollywood Hulk Hogan, it amplified his fame and his fortune. To me, not all that glitters is gold, and it's not all about fame or fortune. It is about resolve and ideals. And for every question to say when will you become evil? When will you show the fans an evil side of John Cena? I can give you a family that I meet before a show that tells me that I'm an inspiration and that I should keep on doing what I'm doing because they may be going through some tough times, but they look to me for support. And I can tell you, sir, there is no check that is a substitute for that sense of inspiration. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to keep doing what I do, and you react accordingly.